Hello everyone, today's video is a summary of the budget which has just been announced in the Houses of Parliament by the Chancellor, Rishi Sunak. What I intend to do is do a series of videos taking a deeper dive into various areas within the budget, but for now this is just an overview. So let's kick off. Furlough to be extended to the end of September. Help for the self-employed income support scheme has been extended to account for those people who newly self-employed, who previously, because they hadn't submitted the correct year's tax return, they couldn't get it. You couldn't get the grant. 1819, but now, of course, we've had 1920. So those who've since set up in business and have filed a 1920 tax return, they will now be eligible, where previously they weren't. Economic stats, unemployment expected to peak next year, 2022, 6.5%. So it is likely to climb from now, but then it will hopefully level off next year. UK borrowing, no surprise that it looks like it's going to be a peacetime record of about 360 billion for this fiscal year. In terms of the taxation changes, no changes to the headline rates of income tax, national insurance, or VAT. There is at the moment a VAT cut for firms in the hospitality sector down to 5%. Now they've announced that will be extended until September, but then it won't go straight back to the 20% main rate. It will rise to 12.5% for 6 months and then back to the main rate. The personal income tax allowance will be frozen for 4 years from 2022 to 2026. That personal allowance, currently 12,500, will be increased to 12,570 next month, but then it'll be frozen for 4 years. Similarly, the higher rate threshold, that will be adjusted upwards next year, i.e. next month, the next tax year, from 50,000 to 50,270, but then again that will be frozen for 4 years until 2026. Corporation tax on company profits will rise from 19% to 25%, but only for companies which make a certain amount of profit. So those below a certain level of profit will only pay corporation tax at the existing 19%. Those above another threshold will pay the 25% from 2023. So it's not coming in yet. And then there'll be a tapered amount between the two rates for profits in between. So, but nothing changes yet for corporation tax. That is 2 years from now. A super deduction has been announced for investment to encourage all the businesses which have saved up cash on the balance sheet to help them invest, to incentivize them to invest. Super deduction meaning they will get extra tax relief over and above what they spend. So let's say you spend £10,000 on a new bit of machinery for your business. You would normally get tax relief immediately in that year. It would knock £10,000 off your taxable profit. The new announcement says that you get a so-called super deduction, meaning that you can claim 130% of the cost against your profit. So in that example, you could knock £13,000 off your taxable profits, even though you've only spent £10,000. So that was a very welcome announcement. Thresholds for inheritance tax, pensions, lifetime allowance, and capital gains tax thresholds are also being frozen. And then an announcement on loss relief. So companies that are making losses can carry those losses back and set them off against previously paid corporation tax and get a tax refund. So the usual rules for losses that you can go back 1 year, set off against tax you paid in the previous year, and then you can carry forward losses as well. But now they've announced that you can carry the loss back for 3 years. So, digital and science incentive grants for apprenticeships to rise to £3,000 and £126 for traineeships. Business rates holiday for firms in England will continue from April until June, and there will be £5 billion in reopening grants for non-essential businesses, up to £6,000 per premises. The bounce back loans that have currently been around and other coronavirus loans, they will be replaced by a new recovery loan scheme, 80% guaranteed by the government. The Chancellor also confirmed that the government will guarantee 95% mortgages to help those who can only afford a 5% deposit. And he also announced the creation of 8 free ports, special economic zones with different rules to make it cheaper and easier to do business, which you can now do. That we're no longer part of the EU. We're free to create these free ports. East Midlands Airport, Felixstowe and Harwich, Humber, Liverpool, Plymouth, Solent, the Thames and Teesside. So that's just an overview of the announcements today. Like I said, I'll be doing a series of deeper dive videos into these various areas just to explore it a bit further. But in the meantime, if you do like this video, please do subscribe there, and I will see you soon.